Yo, what's up YouTube? Tigz here, bringing you guys another Escape from Tarkov video. Before we get into today's video, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Outplayed for sponsoring us. If you guys don't know what Outplayed is a free program that you can use to record any of your gameplay when you have had those crazy moments on your own, so you can show off to your friends. It also has a built-in editing application, so you can cut things down very easily and make highlights of that. It's also very easy to share between Discord and YouTube and all social medias, as it's a very easy program to mess around with. It also supports up to 300 games, and it can also customize it so it triggers on different scenarios. So for example, if you headshot somebody, you can enable that so it will record instantly as soon as you headshot someone in the game. So it's a very handy tool. It's free. Come and download it. Use my link in the description. And thank you very much for Outplayed for sponsoring this video. Yo, what's up YouTube? Tigz here, bringing you guys another Escape from Tarkov guide video. So in today's guide video, we're actually going to be doing a full run through of the new Lighthouse expansion. There is a ton of loot on this island, and there's a ton of money to be made. I'm going to show you pretty much every single trick on the island, all of the loot spawns, all of the keys that are needed, and pretty much show you the ins and out of the island. If you guys didn't know as well, rogues actually spawn on this island, which not many people know about. So that is also something that you should keep in mind when farming this island. So without further ado, let's get into the video and let's go. So first of all, going across this bridge here, a lot of people don't know this, but there's actually spawns all along the bridge. There's actually some really decent spawns too, so make sure you check this. Straight away on here, you can get defuels and thermites and stuff like that. Back of this truck, you can get food. On these boxes, you can also get food and like sacral tea and all sorts of those items like that. And bolts and stuff like that. Now on the right here, we got some crates. On the left here, I like to loot the weapon crate because weapon crates actually have really good loot overall. You can get some really good attachments from here. Also, if you are going for capital, you can find the evasion armband inside there too, so make sure you check that. So technical supply crate, really good crate to loot right here. These have tons of money in them. Always loot these if you see them, in my opinion. Also, a loot can spawn in this box as well right there. Straight away right here, there's some ammo spawns. Grenade cases, guys. Make sure you always hit the grenade cases. I don't know why people skip them, but grenade cases are amazing for money. There's a little box here. As far as I know, this doesn't spawn any dynamic loot, unfortunately. There's another box. I've found loot here before, so make sure you check that. Seems like a rare spawn in my experience. Coming along the island here now, as you can see, there's lots of cover. We've got another green box. You can actually find Tigers and Red Rebels out of these, so make sure you check them. These are very profitable as well if you get lucky. Nothing too crazy there. Now, dynamic loot spawn right here. Always check this. You can get everything in there. All like the Veritas picks. All of the stream items, pretty much like the golden roosters, the teapots, and sacral tea and stuff like that. Another weapon crate there with a suppressor. Decent money. This box right here seems to be very reliable for spawning pro kills and other rare loot. Now, before we get onto the island, there's two ways to get on. Actually, three ways to get on, depending on your strength level. You can go straight through the front, which is what I like to do if I'm here first. You can jump around the side on these barrels, or you can come to the left over here, jump onto the tires, and then jump over the wall if you have high enough strength. Honestly, I would only do this if you are late to the island and just want to be extra cautious. So coming on here now, you're coming in, take a left. Straight away on the left table, dynamic loot spawn. You can get vertexes, VPXs, and aces, and you name it. All of the stuff you can find inside the water treatment, inside those boxes, you can find on this table. PC right there. Table can spawn food. Duffel. That is this room covered. Now we're going to do the building to our left first. So we got 3 rooms here. This is going to be a big building for loot. This is a freezer where you can get some food from, and this is going to be a very like handy place to loot for the industrial loot. There's a lot of industrial spawns in there. Straight away on the left, table for food. I've actually found moonshines here before, so make sure you check this table. Very good. Going up now, straight away, there's going to be a dynamic spawn right here. Rolex. Can also get a graphics card. Check along this pool table. Sometimes you can get something cool. This desk right here spawns VPXs as well. Unfortunately, didn't spawn that this time. There is a 1G phone spawn here too, which can also spawn any of the dynamic loot. There's also an attachment spawn here, so make sure you check that. I've got many suppressors from there before for money. So this room we just unlocked here, we actually made a video on, if you guys saw that. This is the conference room key. Very handy key. I highly recommend you pick this up. This is one of the most profitable keys on the island, in my opinion. If you are going to buy keys. Straight away on the right, we've got 3 dynamic loot spawns. 1, 2, and 3. Very big. Sugar spawns on the bed. Sugar spawns on the table and food. And on this chair as well. Always hit this weapon crate. This weapon crate has a lot of valuable loot in it. Most of the time it's full for me. Make sure you hit that. Got another dynamic spawn here. dynamic spawn there, and a dynamic spawn here, and then there's one right there. So this place is absolutely stacked with dynamic loot spawns, so make sure you come and check them. PC here if you want to loot it. Before we move on, guys, you cannot loot the safe. I asked the dev. The key is not in the game yet, unfortunately. And we also have a cabinet that you can loot as well if you want to. So that was the conference room key. As you can see, pretty lucrative place to loot. There is also jackets you can hit as well if you want to. I don't really hit them because I like to do little speed runs here. As far as I know, nothing spawns in this toilet, but I will show you the toilet has spawns. The back kitchen here is just here basically for food. We're going into the freezer area now. Can get sugars and vodka and condensed milk in here. So it is worth checking it if you are trying to get that extra bit of ruble. There's also a spawn right there. More jackets on the left if you want to get those keys. This opens up into the freezer, like so. This is the industrial loot spawns now. This is a very good place to find like defuel and stuff. 2 jackets straight away. Technical supply crate on the left. Really good spawns in here most of the time. There's also 2 spawns on the floor. One right here and one right there. There's also spawns on this shelf. 2 spawns here. As you can see, there's a thermite this time. And there's a toolbox, which are always worth looting. Toolboxes are great sources of income as well, so I recommend you loot those. And sometimes you can get bolts and stuff on the table like so. But this room is usually stacked, and I highly recommend you hit this room. Very, very good room. Now, a lot of people don't check the back of this truck, but this truck can also spawn scopes and suppressors on that box. So make sure you check that. Coming in now to another keyed room. There's a lot of rooms in this place, and there's actually some intel spawns I will show you. Straight away, weapon crate. Loot that. Very, very good. Always have good loot most of the time. Ergo style grip, that's like 30k right there. Definitely worth looting. So you're coming in, got a duffel right here. You got a PC block right there. There's also a spawn here sometimes where you can get like wrenches and stuff like that. There's also another black box here and a PC. So make sure you just check all this stuff. As you can see, there's a lot of loot. Bastion right there, that's like 60k on the flea market. Very nice. 10k scope. Decent loot. You know, your typical crates, obviously. And then you come on through here. I'm going to check the bottom floor first. So open this. On these window ledges, you can actually find moonshine spawns and vodka. So make sure you check them. Duffel right here. There is intelligence spawn on the table that is very, very consistent. So make sure you come and check this. This spawns intelligence very, very like consistently for some reason. Medbag can spawn letixes, so make sure you check those. And ophthalmoscopes. And there's also med spawns on the floor here too. And another jacket. You can also find stims on the shelf as well. This room leads into I think it's like an industrial dynamic loot spawn. So basically this spawn will always spawn like thermites and thermometers and stuff like that. So definitely worth checking it. Now coming back through, there is another safe here that is not unlockable. Unfortunately, the key is not in the game yet. I think they'll be adding them when the trader's in. You've got a PC block here. You've also got another technical supply crate, which are massive for money. Very, very worth looting. Technical supply crates are some of the best loot in the game in my opinion, so make sure you hit those. These are the ones like the ones you find on reserve. You can also find ammo on top of that crate there. And as far as I know, nothing spawns on these shelves as of yet. So that is that room. Then we're going to go up to the second floor. Straight away, go to the left. Duffel on the floor. Always worth checking. Food spawns on this table. Yep. Weapon crate. Hit that. Always. Nothing crazy there. More attachments. You can find suppressors and scopes on the bed. Definitely worth hitting. And there's a grenade box here, which can also spawn TNT, which is also very good money. And sometimes impact grenades. Nothing there. Only ammo in that one, unfortunately. Coming back through now, we're actually going to be hitting the new mark key. I also did make a video on that, so if you want to go watch that video, that'll be on the screen or in the comment section below. This is the bedroom shed key. This key actually got nerfed from 40 to 10, so sorry about that. I kind of got it nerfed maybe. I don't know. Me and a few other YouTubers probably got it nerfed because of how good it was. Jacket on your left. Come on in. Spawn in the floor. Spawn right here. Spawn right there. Spawn on the bed. There's a box that you can loot up there. There's another spawn on the floor right there. Spawn here. Spawn on the bed. Duffel. Spawn on the chair. Underneath the chair. On the floor right here. And on the bed right there. That's pretty much all the spawns are inside this room. Now, moving forward, there's actually a secret spawn in this tub here. I don't know if they've removed it, but I actually found a raven here early in the wipe. Seems like a little secret spawn they added. Another toolbox that you can loot here. Easy money in these toolboxes. I always typically hit them because I think they're great sources of loot. There is another weapon box here you can hit. But as you can see, guys, we're not even halfway through the island and we're already full on a lot of loot. This island has got a ton of loot that you can make money from. The reason why I bring mechanism is because it's lightweight and doesn't make me overweight when I'm running around. And typically, if you do bring a raid backpack and try and get out, there's a good chance that you will get killed because of how heavy you're going to be crossing the bridge. As far as I know, nothing spawns in that box. Now, more industrial loot spawns in here on these shelves. As you can see, another toolbox, another weapon box, and there's also attachment spawns on the floor here that not many people know about. As you can see, there is a monstrum, which is a very good scope, by the way. I highly recommend you guys try that scope out. Coming along here now, there's another shelf right here with loot spawns. Propane, so that means defuel and stuff can spawn there. There's a weapon box here I think you can loot, yep. Under one of the weapon boxes. Nothing in that one, unfortunately. Coming out the back now, there's not much on this side by these rocks. But there is some loot over here that I never see anyone check for some reason. It's kind of a secret loot area, so if you guys loot this, I'm sorry for ruining your spot. So you come along the back beach here. There's going to be some attachment spawns up ahead in these boxes. Make sure you check them. Some ammunition right there. There's going to be a box right here that can spawn a ton of very valuable stuff. As you guys can see, a suppressor and an NT4. Sorry, an NT4 suppressor and a 60 rounder of the was it ice cream cones quest that you would need. So very, very handy. There's also a medbot bag here, which can spawn Letexes as well. You can also check this if you want to. And then there's a broken crate that can also spawn stuff as far as I know. I haven't really found anything crazy, but it can spawn some things there. Then going back along the island now. That's kind of a little secret spawn for you guys. Probably most of you guys don't know about that. So that's most of this island covered here. Now we're going to move up into the bigger part of the compound. There's actually a lot of good loot spawns up here. So, before we carry on, I just want to give you guys a notice that rogues can actually spawn on the island. They can spawn down at the houses, they can be in the houses, and they can roam in between them. They can also roam up to this building right here, and they can also chill here. I have seen rogues sit at the very top of this ramp, right by the mines, so be very careful. There is some food spawns here, so just be very careful for the mines. Because as of right now, this part of the island isn't included for some reason. I assume that'll be a future patch for the Lightkeeper. So you come on in. On the table you can find currencies and stuff like that. Sugar spawns on the bed. Moonshine spawns on the bed. Coming into here, there is a dynamic loot spawn right here. Bitcoin on top of the safe. And a safe that you can actually loot for a change. Really good safe, obviously. Lion, diary, GP coin. You name it, man. There's just crazy amounts of loot. Need food, there's a food spawn right there as well. And we have got another PC if you care to loot those. So that is that part of the area done. Now moving across. I don't typically loot this room, but you can if you want to. Bunch of jackets in here. There are some toolboxes as well. You can also find cables on the floor of these server beds, but I've never found it. Only rumors from my chat. More cabinets, more PCs, more jackets, obviously. I'm not really a big fan of that room, but it's up to you if you want to loot it. I'm going to show you another dynamic loot spawn. Before we move on, just so you guys know, rogues can also spawn in this building and sit around this area, so keep that in mind, as it will definitely kill you if you're not on your toes. More attachment spawns on the left here. Another weapon box. We'll hit that real quick. Nothing crazy. Dynamic loot spawn inside this box. We have got a... if I can find it. There's something in here. Gonna be here for a while finding this one. I assume it's like a GP coin or a Bitcoin. They usually spawn dead in the middle. Okay, well there is a spawn in there, but we can't find it unfortunately. More attachments on there. But make sure you come and check that, boys. It's always worth checking. No one ever goes there. Now moving along here now, we've got a food box crate here. If you need more food. Honestly, you're probably not going to need food with how much food this island actually spawns. There's a ton of it. But you can get some sugars from here, which is nice money. And alionkas and squash. Moving into this building now, there is some industrial loot in here as well. Come down this ramp, you can find thermites and all sorts of industrial loot down there. There's attachment spawns along these bottom shelves. I've found many 60 rounders down there before. Another weapon box that we can hit. Scoping that one, nothing too crazy. Ammo on the bed. More spawns here. There's actually a spawn on the floor here sometimes. And I think on that chair. Nothing crazy in this part of the room, unfortunately. Coming along here now, you got a jacket on the left and a toolbox. You want to loot that. I come through this way because there's a grenade box and a dead scav that we can loot, which is really nice. Dead scavs actually have a wide range of loot spawns, so they're definitely worth checking. More cabinets if you want to. Nothing crazy though, only those 2 spawns. Now, there is the key, which is the radar key. I don't have the radar key because it's very rare, and most of you guys will not get this key, unfortunately. And in my opinion, it only has 1 dynamic loot spawn, so it's honestly not that worth, unless you already have it from, you know, farming the key yourself. I wouldn't try and chase it, guys, as I don't think it's worth it. And obviously, we have another weapon box here as well. We got a staircase here that leads up. As far as I know, there's no loot down here, apart from a toolbox, maybe. Yep, the toolbox on the box here. If you want to hit that, you're more than welcome to. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. Plexiglass, we can use those for respawn trades and stuff like that. Definitely handy stuff in those. Going up to the roof. There's actually not much on the roof or in this room. I was hoping there'd be like a LEDX spawn or something in here, or some stims. But as far as I've seen, when I've been through here, there's not been much. Some ammo spawns on the boxes and inside these boxes. And you cannot actually get on this area of the dome, unfortunately, but you can jump around here and get an angle up on the rocks if you want to. So that's pretty much all of this area covered. If we jump over here real quick now, there's a few more spawns. Loose ammo spawns on here, on the thing there. Up on this barrel can spawn some stuff too. Then you've got a moonshine spawn directly on top of this box, probably where that condensed milk is spawned. I found that many times. And that's pretty much it. So, now if you are going to sit up here and snipe people and camp them and for sure born in heaven or whatever it is, this rock's not a bad spot to sit. You can actually jump on this roof and use the little holes in the chimney as a sniping angle. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it is possible. Now, instead of going all the way down the way we came, I can show you a little trick here. So what you can do is you can just go down like so, scale the mountain, or whatever you want to do. Go like this. Work your way down and then land on the bin. If you don't want to break your legs, I would just throw your backpack down first, and that will save you the trouble of breaking your legs if you're overweight. But yeah, that is pretty much the guide of the island, guys. I hope this has been informative and helpful to you. Like I said, there is a ton of spawns, and we didn't even get that lucky this run. We got a decent amount of loot. Probably going to make closer to $1 mil on this one run. And if we bought a bigger backpack, we could have pushed way more money. So yeah, that is pretty much the Lighthouse expansion guide. I may have missed a few spawns, but this is pretty much all of the stuff on the island. I assume this is going to change when the new trader is in. But for now, I reckon it's going to be like this for a month or 2. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy these type of videos. I like teaching you guys. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to come and check us out on Twitch. I stream every day. I do this as my income. So if you want to come over and watch the stream and support, that would help me out as well. And yeah, man, I hope you guys have an amazing evening. Thank you so much for the support on the YouTube and the Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.